Hello everyone and welcome to another stream about Unreal Engine, blueprints and maybe Blender. Let me just crank the music down. So, as promised, today we will use Unreal Engine and Blender to create procedural row tool. Very much similar with the fence tool we created last time, but a bit more high-techy advanced. I don't even know if I'll be able to do it. Let's try it out. Hello NGS Nick, glad to have you back. So, without further ado, let's fire up the launcher. Dr. Droji, hello dear friend. Glad to see you made it home. Yeah, so Dr. Droji did a developer style marathon at work. I'm sorry you're not doing it in the game dev industry, or not, maybe it's better for you. Oh really? You did? NGS Nick, let me guess. Might you have one random number draw on another stream? Hello Armando, welcome back. Yes, you did. Well, I hope you liked it. I actually worked on that game as a lead level designer. We did the best we could. That's what I always say. It would have been a much greater bang for buck if it would have sold at about 20 bucks, not 30 if you ask me. Hello Lowe's Claire. Welcome to this magnificent stream about blueprints and stuff. And maybe Blender, but I don't know that much Blender. And Dr. Droji is asking me, video editing software, well, Resolve is free. That's what I can say, DaVinci Resolve is free. So, let's quickly go to this one. Hey, Lowe's Claire, thanks for following this channel, man. Thank you very much. Or lady, I don't know. Thanks. So, let's see what we did last time. And you know what, I'll actually increase this a bit. Hello Nimesh, good to have you back. Kinda late in Nimesh's country, but glad you're awake. So, let's look at what we did last time, real quick. I'll start with the procedural fence Dr. Droji inspired me to do. So here's what we got so far. If we put a spline in the editor, and let's say we also work with the beziers. Not quite, NGS Nick, not quite. Let's just say the project didn't perform as expected. But you do know I've been called other things aside from being a level designer, like producer, technical director for level design, etc, etc. Okay, so we've got this here Spline Actor that spawns fence objects all along the spline. I didn't touch it that much since last time. I didn't make it randomize the elements and stuff like that. I find it more like detailing. But here's what I want us to do. If possible, and you know what, I'll try to send a screenshot, I'll take a picture I'll take with the mobile phone directly into the stream. Let's see if I can actually do that. So, because I actually sketched, and this way I guess you can also see the level of detail when sketching for level design. Yes, NGS Nick, we kinda tried to stay away from Payday 2, but we were published by the same publisher as Payday 2, so yeah, that was a bit hard. Okay, so I took one picture and I'll take another picture and try to use the magic of the internet to show you people as well the pictures. Okay, let's see if this works. It's the first time I do it live. It might work, it might crash and burn, but technically it should work. Please bear with me. Camera. Okay. I got this question a while back and I have to answer it. How good do you have to draw in order to be a level designer? And I hope I can show you right now. So I'm sharing it as we speak. There we go, push bullet. There we go. Let's see if it works. Let's see if it works. I'm trying really hard to share it. Yes, it worked. Okay, so are you guys ready for the detail level in a level designer drawing? Let me just bring it on the proper monitor. This little beauty. Okay, so what are we looking at here? Except my amazing drawing. Basically, I want a spline that sets like pebbles, you know, like the little rock tiles on the terrain, but I wanted to also deform the terrain where I wanted to, and maybe I also wanted to adapt to the terrain. NGS Nick, glad you like it. Let's try another one with a cobblestone detail. Again, this is pure level designer drawing. Sending it to Chrome, it should pop up right now. Exactly, Dr. Droji. I want to make a spline that makes a road and that both influences the terrain and lets the terrain influence it. We'll play a bit with the booleans and stuff to see the order in which you do it. Check it out. Cobble detail. This is the amount of detail you need when drawing as a level designer. So, why did I make it though? Because NGS Nick, glad you asked. I'll type it in for everyone to see. So NGS Nick is asking me how I sent it to Chrome, and I have this tiny little app on my mobile phone and on as a plugin in my Chrome browser called Push Bullet. I am in no way paid to advertise them or anything like that. Me as a human being and as a level designer that draws a lot on paper and needs to move from paper to digital really fast, I use Push Bullet. So please look it up, try it out, it's amazing, I can't live without it. If you're wondering, it's this tiny thing right here, Push Bullet. So, now, as I was saying, I want to make at least 4 or 5 cobblestones in one mesh and place like a squarish kind of mesh with the spline on the terrain. For now, let's see, I will actually ask you people, should I first start with the cobblestones in Blender or should I first start with the blueprint logic? Type your answers in the chat, let's see what goes first. I'll fire up Blender anyway until you give me a vote, a decision, something. So cobblestones here or working the spline in Blueprint. Anyone? Type it in, don't be shy, don't be shy. If I won't get any answer, I'll start in Unreal. Because I don't know how to do this and I'd like to research it a bit. Do the cobble first so you can spend the rest of the time with the blueprints. And GS Nick, that's a very good suggestion. What makes you think I can do the cobble first? Dr. Drogi also votes for UE4. Okay, I'll do quickly the cobble first. And as usual, I won't get into like super detail whatever. I'll just quickly make something that looks like cobbles. So 45 centimeters should be okay. Let's see, like this. Okay, Dr. Drogi. I think Dr. Drogi actually has an entire course in GS Nick, not just a tutorial. Like 80-hour plus of Unreal good stuff. There we go. Let's see. So I would like to copy and paste this somehow. Whoa, not cool. Okay. If I'm in sub-object mode, does it create? Yes, I love this program already. I don't know how to use it, but I love it already. So this would be like the first cobbled tile. NGS Nick, I can answer this one for Dr. Drogi. No, not on Udemy. Dr. Drogi is part of a school that does like physical in-person training here. So it's not online. Unfortunately for us simple people. Okay, so let's see, maybe I can do something real quick here. I just want to give them sort of a rocky kind of look. I'm trying to bisect here. Slice, bisect. Okay, there we go. I'll put one here. So now I'm quickly adding detail. Try Cinema 4D, says Armando, much better and easy than Blender. Yes. However, I'm hoping pretty soon I'll start a job with a studio that uses Blender. I still got like 1-2 months until that. And this is a good preparation to learn Blender before I get there and make a complete fool of myself. But as you can see, Armando, I'm using the 3D Studio Max interface for Blender, which isn't necessarily kosher, but it does the job until I have time to learn it. I found a really nice Blender course on Udemy, didn't yet get the chance to start studying, hoping tomorrow I can dedicate like the entire day to study from that course. I forgot to select this one, slice, bisect, there we go. So I'm adding a few quick details here and there. I'm now switching to vertex mode and there we go. I'm making cobbles as fast as I can. I'll show you what I'll do with these sharp corners in a second. Right now I'm just adding some cobblestone variation. It doesn't need to be perfect or anything. And honestly, we shouldn't care that much about the mesh at this point. Right now I'm more concerned about the actual script. Okay, so this looks good. This looks a bit too sharp, but if I can select this, hit bevel and bevel it just a bit. There we go. This one moves a bit like this. Okay, looks cobble-stony enough, maybe. How does this whole level designer job works? Asks NGS Nick. Well, it's a blend between me deciding how to do the level. I have to confess, with great power comes great responsibility. As a level designer, I kinda have to assume responsibility for how all levels in a game turn out. Of course, while talking to the creative director, technical directors, lead programmers, etc. So it's pretty hardcore. It's pretty hardcore. What I can say is you're never alone and you never take decisions all by yourself. And besides, I wouldn't want to work on a project where one of us is taking decision all by himself and acting like, I don't know, chieftain. Yes, I kinda have to make the asset list. If I'm blessed enough to have intermediate or senior level designers in the team, I try to inspire them to make their own asset lists and to teach the juniors how to do the asset listing as well. And yeah, if I would be a level designer, at least as an intermediate level designer, I would expect anyone to do their own asset listing. I'm not saying they have to get it like super right and stuff like that. I'm just saying they should be able to understand, conceptualize and build an asset list. Let's add a bit more variation here and there. Let's say here and here. I'll just connect these two and I will yeah, so as you can see, I will subdivide, yes. I'll connect these ones and maybe I'll connect these ones as well, because I want to give it a nice bump here. Looks beautiful. The best cobbles you've ever seen. NGS Nick, it is pretty simple, and remember, we do have a lot of time when building the game, so you make iterations, you move back and forth. It's not like you have to do it in a day, and if you didn't do it, you're fired. It's something you do for weeks. And it's pretty hard to fail, so to speak, at it. Okay, I want to turn some edges here. There we go. And maybe this one and this one connected. This one and this one connected. Yes, so these are the most beautiful cobbles I have ever seen. Okay, enough with the editing. I should smooth them, right? I should smooth them. Okay, let's do this. I'm feeling ready to smooth. Again, I'm still a bit new with the interface, and it's a Max-like interface to help me a bit. I don't know if it's actually helping me or hindering my process. So let's see, smoothing, smoothing, smoothing. Here it is. Add custom split normals data. Let's auto smooth. Yeah, so the auto smooth does not cooperate. NGS Nick is asking me if I will return as a level designer to a studio. Yeah, bro, I'm actually waiting for a very cool project to get the green light, and I'm there. I'm there. That's why I'm practicing with Blender, because on that project I will be using Blender. So I'm wishing the best of luck to the company, to the tiny development team here in Croatia, and hopefully everything goes okay. I can't say much more details at the moment. And I'm back to the level design thing, of course. Still trying to figure out how to smooth. Okay, maybe like this. No, like this. Boom. Now it is a smooth. There we go. So pretty and smooth. And just Nick is asking if it's an indie studio. No, it's not an indie studio per se, but it's a smaller studio. It's not like the biggest production studio ever. And yes, you kind of get most of the assets from the artists, but you still have to build, depending on the project and the team size, some assets here and there. For instance, cobblestones. Cobblestones, let's save this bad boy. Oh, I forgot to add mapping. Nobody told me that. Okay, let's see. It was in UV image editor. Quickly go back to the object mode. Hey, Dr. Droji, just in time. Hello, Marcel, and welcome back to the stream. Long time no see. Okay, mesh tools, UV mapping, smart UV project. Very beautiful tool to make normals as well. Object mode. We are done with the UVs. Info, file, export, FBX. And yes, Nick, if you want to be a level designer in the future, you should know some modeling. I wouldn't necessarily say some modeling software. I would say more modeling principles. So, for instance, Armando said Cinema 4D. You can go with that. You can go with 3D Studio Max, get the student version, and you're set to go as long as you don't make anything commercial with it. You can take Blender, it's free, but it's a bit more complicated, and I'm saying that, and I have a lot of experience modeling. You can use SketchUp, whatever. When I look at resumes in any company I've been so far, I look more at the quality of your modeling, the way you actually view the models and make the edges and the vertices and so on, rather than the software you use. Software can be easily taught. Modeling techniques, a bit harder. Okay, and let's export them into RPG content. Okay, cobblestones, FBX, boom. There we go. Magical powers of Unreal help me out. As usual, Unreal is helping me out. Okay. I don't want it to generate any collision because they will be so tiny you won't be able to collide with them, and nor should you. Okay, import. There we are. And let's place them in the world, see how they look like. Okay. Looks like we got something going on here. So what I'm trying to achieve, just to make it like super clear, would be to have something not necessarily evenly spaced out, etc. Maybe I'll add them a random rotation here and there. But I would like them to follow a bit the terrain and to make a road like this. Up, up, up. And yes, Nick, portfolio is important, yes. When I look at resumes, I usually want to see the way you build the map layout, how you care, and if you care about lighting and stuff like that, layout, loot. That's what I care about a level designer most. Secondary would be modeling, and third would be mapping skills. Of course, Dr. Droji, but because I am so lazy, I will just duplicate from the one from yesterday. Right now, I'm just trying to make a static example to show what I'm trying to achieve. Like so and like so. Okay. So I'm trying to make a spline actor that does all this I've done for me. As Dr. Droji is saying, that in the construction script along the spline distributes the pebbles and it rotates them and scales them a bit accordingly. Rotation should be taken from the terrain tangent or something. Scale should be arbitrary. Let's see how it goes. So remember, we had the procedural fence from last time, and now let's duplicate this bad boy and let's call it procedural road tool. Dr. Droji, I really appreciate the fact that I kept your snippets in here as well, in the construction script, that is. Terrain slope, okay, let's jump right into that now while Dr. Droji is on the stream and can whisper stuff to me. So this is your old stuff, this is the stuff that's connected, but I have a feeling I have to keep this one here for now. Hello, en fait, oh ça va, mecton? So we got people here from Croatia, from Romania, for France, from everyone. And then just Nick asked me if in the smaller studios I will have to make assets too, not just put them in the scene. At least some of the assets in just Nick. At least some of the assets. Okay. Cobble-stones. Let's use this one. Let's compile it. Let's actually place it next to our manually placed cobblestones. Let's see what we're doing so far. Huh. Okay, it's something. Now, what I would like to do extra would be, okay, let's add a spline point here. So this is actually a perfect example. I'm not yet aligning to the terrain. Maybe I could do this, but if we're still gonna do it, I don't wanna work like manually that much. If I'm building a tool, I'm building a tool. I mean, I'm not kidding around. And you know what? Let's make a more complex test case here. Sniper God 121288 is now following us on Mixer. Thank you very much, Sniper God. May you do only boom headshots. Okay, let's build here a more complex case. So, actually, the most complex case. I've got places where the spline is above ground, I've got places where the spline is underground, and I've got places again where the spline crosses above ground once more. Let's first clean up a bit here and there. So, oops, I forgot one, like so. What's going on here? I'm doing the for loop just to distribute cobbles. I would like to expose this parameter. First things first, I want to expose a lot of stuff. So I'll just call this one object distance, and I'll make it editable. So now I just upgraded our script to allow us to set an object distance manually. Let's see if it actually works or crashes. Let's see if it works or crashes. Looks like it kind of crashed. Yeah, it just froze. Is this the first or second crash I did live? Oh no, it's back, it's back, it's back, we cool, it's back. So the object distance, but it's not affecting anything. Second crash, okay. I'm working on it. Because I should also multiply it here. Compile. Okay, let's try it now. 250, 125. Yeah, okay, so now it works. Now we can control as level designers from the editor directly the density of cobbles we put. 250, 350, they should get more and more spaced out. 450, okay. Let's say 350. I like it so far. Let's now, so we have to choose which one we do first. Affecting the terrain by the shape of the spline or affecting the spline by the shape of the terrain. And because I have Dr. Drogi in here, I'll go for the harder one, which is affecting the spline by the shape of the terrain. And here's why I'm grateful. I kept Dr. Drogi's snippets inside this blueprint because I'm sure we'll work with the spline points for loop. But instead of adding a mesh component, let's just copy paste this here. What we'll do is this. So I'll just use for all the points of the spline, last index -1 at least. I have to do a -1 minus integer, like so. See you soon, Dr. Drogi. If it's really bad, I hit you up on Messenger. Okay, so at every spline point, I would like to place the spline point on the ground. And in order to do that, I would have to trace from each point. So I look at each point and I trace upwards and downwards from it. Trace, line trace by channel. Maybe this one. Where do I line trace? At every index. So I get the index. I should get some sort of spline point position something. So from the spline I should get the position, get position something. Get point world, get NGS Nick is asking me if I think it's a good idea to start as a QA tester in this industry. It is, if you're hungry to learn more and will never get complacent with the testing position by itself. And again, the textbook example I have here is Meme. He joined the streams in the past days. Dude, that guy was unstoppable. He would join any kind of workshops, level design, modeling, whatever. He would do any kind of tasks, and now he's a game designer for the biggest mobile company in the world. In Bucharest, sorry. They're getting there. Hadi is asking me what's my PC. Core, RAM and GPU. So it's a Xeon with 8 cores, 16 threads, old for like 6-7 years. Please write. Okay. I will type it in the chat. So it's a Xeon E5 2670. Thank you, NGS Nick. You copy-paste God. Yeah, so NGS Nick just typed in the specs. You know what? I'll copy-paste them. But you're on the tube as well. Yeah. You can do this with a lot less of a computer. Hadi, don't worry about it. I need this because I'm also streaming and building lights usually when streaming. But let's get back to our stuff now. So, from the spline, I should get coordinates somehow. Coordinates. World position something. Get point distance. Get spline point type. No, not point type. Get transform. No, at distance. I should get something from here. Location at spline point. Yes, this one. Hadi, you should actually check on Unreal's web page. It might be, and the best test you can do is download Epic Installer, install Unreal Engine, fire it up, see if it works. Okay, so check this out, what I'm doing here. For each spline, I'm getting the coordinates like this, the location coordinates of that spline point. I'll keep it to local, I don't know yet how this works, we'll just test it out. Let's break this one because we don't need it. Okay, and I need to, so I'll show you in the 3D view exactly what I'm doing. Right now, let's put this at 500 so we can see the points. Right now, I'm going in here on the spline, and at each point, here, here, there's another one here somewhere and another one here. I want to draw a line, to trace a line up and down, up and down, up and down, until I hit terrain in any of the directions. I hope this didn't crash the programs. Nope, still works. Okay, so how would I do that? Well, I get the location of each of those spline points, and now if I just put it in here at the start point of the line trace of me imaginary drawing lines there, I would get its exact location. Okay, okay. Let's start from it and go downwards. So I would need to split this and press the minus to do a float minus float. Oh, but it's not a float. It's what's this? It's a vector. Okay, so it's minus vector. Like this and like this. And let's say I'll go down with my searches for 2500 centimeters. And I'll insert a comment in this one and call it downwards, here, downwards search. Okay. So now I'm doing a downward search, and you know what? Let's draw the debug of this, which is a red line and a green hit color something. I don't know exactly how it will look like when we actually do it. So I see them here, which isn't good, by the way. See? Because I'm moving the object here, but the line traces show up in another part of the world somehow. So maybe I'm not doing properly to get the local coordinate space, and I'll try the world once. Let's compile again. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now from each point of the spline, I'm, as you can see, drawing rays downwards. A lot of them for each frame when I move the actor for now. And as you can see, it's doing a lot of them, and now they'll start disappearing, see? Okay, a bit overkill for now, but hey, it's good. Let's do the same going upwards. So this is downward search. Now let's do... Actually, you know what? I'll put a branch here first in order to make a Boolean check on the actor itself if we want him to do that, so it doesn't do it all the time. And let's make a variable, let's say conform to terrain. It's going to do only once in construction script, so it's good. Dr. Droji, for some reason, it's doing it a lot. I'll show you in a second. Compile. Look, it's doing it a lot. Okay, now I have to check it, but look. And I'm afraid... it's doing it once, but the debug stays on for more time. Okay, so it's just the visual debug. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, so it's just the visual. Not a problem then. So I'm doing a downward search, and let's get some quick results so everyone is happy on the stream and can say they saw something happening. After we do the downward search, I would like to spline point. I would like to set location at spline point. I would like to set location at spline point. At the index, I'm also doing the search. Dr. Droji, time for you to take some heat from NGS Nick. I will gladly let you answer that one. Thank you, NGS Nick, for showing interest and keeping the discussion going on. Okay, so now at that point, I want to set the location at the spline point in world coordinates, I guess. I want to update the spline, and the location should be where I hit. So, okay, I'm drawing some lines here, but I need that square point where I actually, if you see, where I actually hit the terrain. So I should break that result exactly, Dr. Droji. Break hit result. And if I'm hitting, so I get the location of the impact point, but if I'm hitting cast to terrain, no, cast to landscape. Cast to landscape. Cast to landscape. Okay, we'll try this one. I don't know which is the landscape, which is the proxy mesh. We'll just try one by one. Landscape proxy. I'll try this one. So if whatever I hit is of the type landscape proxy, then I set the location at the spline point as the impact. Let's see if it works. Save it. I need a target. Okay, let's do this. Promote to variable, and let's call it... okay, I need the spline. I need the spline. The spline, okay, let's get it fresh. Here, bing, there we go. Okay, well, something went on here, so I'm properly getting the hit. I don't know what else I did here. I don't know where the other points are, and I'm moving all the points. So the point index, let's try local space here. Wow. No. So as you can see, the hit is on. Take impact normal. Hey, you know what? I will be no. I will be as simple as possible as a human person, and I'll just take location. Hello, Saurabh Tarkunde. I hope I got your name right. Let's see what's going on now. Okay. Okay. Almost there. Landscape proxy. You know what? I want to see the type of terrain we're getting here. So where could I put this one? Get location at spline point. Line trace by channel. Trace by channel. Let's maybe do a trace complex. No. Landscape proxy. I don't know what kind of actor I have as the terrain. The no are so complex that render cycles render. NGS Nick, I deleted the bottom of the cobbles because we'll never see them. So why keep them there? Why keep their texturing information in the light map for them as well? We don't need them. You know what? I want to see what I'm hitting here. So I would like to... Oh, I can't print. Okay. I need to find out what kind of terrain I have in the viewport, and for that I will actually do something else. Terrain chord, no, terrain. So I have one type called paper terrain, but it's not terrain, it's landscape. Landscape mesh proxy actor or landscape proxy. Get override. Landscape mesh proxy actor. This looks like it. Promote variable. Terrain type. And let's make it local and see if it can pick the terrain. If I can pick the terrain in this variable, nope, it's not a proxy mesh actor stuff. Sorab Tarkunde, maybe it's smart, but not that smart. So it's not a landscape mesh proxy, landscape mesh, landscape proxy. I know for sure it's a proxy, but I don't know which one of them. You know what? We'll try all of them. Landscape proxy, okay, I already tried. Okay. Sora, I don't know what I'm doing either for now, but it usually comes along in the next 5 minutes. Landscape, I'm trying to get the terrain ray trace position properly. Okay, landscape proxy. That's the one, because this is an apply spline and this would apply the spline on the terrain. And let's see if I promote this to variable. So of landscape proxy type. Okay, okay, so we're good here with the cast to landscape proxy. Point index. Yeah, we'll have to take it step by step because it should be okay. First index and last index, so I'm doing a for loop. I'm getting the number of spline points. I'm getting the location in the world at the spline point. I'm doing a line trace by channel. I would also do trace complex to see if I'm hitting, maybe the terrain has complex collision. And we're not there yet. Okay. If I disable the conform to terrain, exactly, NGSNIC, small steps to success. So I disabled conforming to terrain and now I can drag the spline. But when I check it, now this is weird. It worked, sort of. This is actually weird, it worked this time. Maybe... Okay, okay. I think I know what was the problem. Let's see. So I move it here, I bring it up, and I uncheck it and check it again. So it projects properly, but it doesn't move the spline. Okay, I know why. Because, oh, the spline is set to movable. So I'm affecting the geometry now, but I'm not affecting the spline. The spline is set to movable. I'm just looking, you guys can also see it. I'm just looking at the properties here. Default up vector, closed loop draw debug. Input spline points to whether the spline points should be passed to the user construction script so they can be further. Sometimes you just gotta read the manual. Yes, apparently in the spline, in the object, we have input spline points to construction script. And what this basically does is... Aha, okay, so this is sending back and forth the spline points to the construction script and back. Sora Blender is a modeling software. It's this one where I modeled the cobbles you see in the editor here. Okay, so now we're kind of making progress. Is this really set on the ground? Yeah, it is. What? Oh, dude, now I can't move it up anymore because I have this checked. So look, I can't move it up anymore because it's automatically snapping it back to the ground, which is good. Hello Nimesh, glad to have you back. Input spline points to construction script. Could I possibly edit this here? So maybe make them like input spline point. Whoa, I can set input spline points to construction script and I will set it to true on target spline. Why did I do this? because now I'm not checking it here, I'm checking it if I set the conform to terrain or not. So if I don't do the check mark here, conform to terrain, I should be able, yes, I am able, more confidence, to move the spline around in the world. But the moment I check here, conform to terrain, blam, it drops the spline on the terrain. Oh, Nimesh, you brought friends, eh? It's a good thing you brought friends. Thank you very much for that. Let's see if we can add another. Whoa, okay. So now as I'm adding spline points, it's automatically adjusting itself on the terrain. Maybe I'll add another one here and edit a bit the tangents. There we go. There we go. Remember when I said I also wanted to trace upwards, not just downwards? Now is a... yes, the first one seemed to be in the air for a while, and also I'm not tracing from the point upwards. So let's uncheck conform to terrain and demonstrate. So if I would select the spline entirely and move it, say, here and here, like this. No, this will work. If I move it downwards and check conform to terrain, look, it's not snapping. You see? Because the rays are going only down and they're not touching any kind of terrain. So let's make it hit upwards as well. This is gonna be tricky because if I didn't get a hit downwards, only then, okay, so if I get a hit downwards, I do this magic thing. But if I don't get a hit, let's move this one a bit lower, but if I don't get a hit downwards, so I fail basically, I try to make a second line trace upwards. So I would have to go from here and to do a minus, vector minus vector. I should go plus, right? Right? Not minus. Plus, vector plus vector. Plus vector. Like this, and go above 1,500 centimeters. You know why? Why don't we put this to 5,000? It will be a bit more expensive, so it might crash the computer and Unreal Engine and whatnot, but we'll get better... Ah, okay, multiply it by -1, says Droji, so I don't need to do this one. I could just multiply this by -1. Multiply by vector and put it in here, which is -1. Let's see if this one works, because it should. Okay, and it works, but it does kind of work, but when multiplying with -1, it gives me some funky stuff. Yeah, not like this. Okay. You know what? I'll just do the simple subtraction thing because it's easy for me, and we'll clean it up afterwards. And I did minus again. Ish, exactly. NGSNick. It was ish. Let's do plus vector. Bam. Bam. 5,000. Keep it simple. Exactly. 5,000. Compile. Save. Let's see what we get now. Okay. So now it's searching for the terrain upwards as well. And if it finds the terrain upwards, I should do the same thing. I should do this again. So I should cast to landscape proxy, I should break the hit result, I should get the location, and I should set that. It should work. Yes, Nimesh, of course I understand what you're trying to say on the last stream. Thanks for having the patience to explain. Something went seriously wrong here. Whoa. Okay, okay, let's see what went wrong. So let's do it again. Bam. I'm losing cobbles and everything. Coordinate space is world. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Visibility channel, trace complex, location. Visibility channel, trace complex. Oh, the point index. I forgot about the point index. This one. So sometimes, although your idea might be correct, you just have to remember to plug everything in. Okay, and now it works again. We're saved. Let's disable it. Move the spline a bit because we broke it with the original bad script. Like this. Okay, so I have a spline which is sometimes above the terrain, sometimes below the terrain. But I like the shape of the terrain and I would like to make a road that moves along the terrain. So if I check here, conform to terrain, ha! The spline automatically sits there. I still have a problem with the first object I'm putting. Is this the first object or the last object I'm putting on the spline? Is this the first or the last object? So I'm still having problems, maybe from, no, not from the spline points, from the actual objects. Truncate, get location at distance along spline, make transform, so it must be something here. I'm getting the spline length. -2. Okay, Dr. Droji is saying -2. You know what? If Dr. Droji says something, you listen to Dr. Droji. Yes, -2 it was. He just explained it to me. He just explained it to me on the last stream. Sheesh. Sheesh. To answer Nimesh, yes, I will start making videos as soon as I'm done building this course content, because I have Indiegogo backers who, thank them, and God bless their soul, supported me on Indiegogo, and I have to deliver for them first, and then I will start making those videos. Why isn't there a node for each mesh on the spline? So NGS Nick is asking, why don't we have a node for each mesh on the spline? And the answer is because we're putting the meshes based on my we're building this based on my script, which puts meshes on the entire distance of the spline. Dr. Droji, I will switch back to -1 like this, because I was missing the last point when I was switching it to -2, and apparently I have problems with the first point of the spline. I have problems with the first point of the spline. So I start from Z, from first index is null. You know what? I'll just put it at 0 and I'll compile it like this. So let's test it again. I'm not conforming to terrain. I'm rotating this so it's above the terrain here, below the terrain there, and okay, so it's arranging everything okay. The mesh, the first mesh I place isn't getting updated properly until I move it a bit. So if I move it a bit, it jumps in the proper position. If I move the mesh a bit. So the first mesh, it's somewhere here in the meshing part, isn't properly working. I get the spline length, get rotation, get location. I make a transform and I add the static mesh okay. It's because I should do it at 0 as well. You know what? I'll put a 0 here and see how it goes. So I uncheck it, I move it around again, I snap it, and it still doesn't work. So the first mesh I'm placing using my method isn't working. Yikes, 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 yikes. So it's not this one. Get rotation. It's because of this one, because of the divide I'm doing. Because the first time I'm dividing, but I should truncate to 0 anyway. So I get the spline length and I divide it by object distance, which is that variable I set, whatever. And then I truncate it. Oh, it's because of this one, because I do index, which at 0 multiplied by something is 0. And that's why at the 0 index, I think it's something around here. Distance 0. Coordinate space local. Anyway, I'm holding up the stream. Let's progress with this, with what works, and then we'll correct what doesn't work. So, I deleted everything. I'll place it again because I now want a fresh new spline and I want to read terrain information. Like this. Like this. I'll add a point. Did I add a point? Yes, I did. Like so. Like so. Okay. So now I know I can make it conform to the terrain, and it works except for the first position, which is an edge case I will fix later. But I would also like to rotate the objects with the alignment of the terrain. So, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm adding static mesh components, and I could get this and bake into an array. So each cobblestone I add, I will put into a list, into an array. Create an array. set array element at index 0. Here I'm doing this, so in the loop body I'm doing the static mesh component. So I'm setting an array element each time, so I should go here and here. Nimesh, I'm using Blender to model the assets, like the cobblestones themselves. I model in Blender and export to Unreal. Okay, let's see. So I'm making an array, promote to variable. Let's call this cobblestone list. And the index will be the same as this one, beam, and I will size to fit the array, hoping it didn't crash. So then I branch and I arrange the spline points, but I also want here a sequence. So I arrange, and this is all, I'll move it a bit and insert a comment, drop spline points. Yes, NGS Nick, I will definitely watch the video Indie Games Live gave me 2 streams ago. I didn't receive the link, but I'll ask it from him anyway. Drop spline point. He did ask about it just at the end of the stream, I know. Drop spline points on terrain. Let's actually make it from here. And here. Oh yes, please send it, NGS Nick. Please share the link. Set rotation. Set world location and rotation. We'll try this one. Okay. But we'll do it for this array for each element. So we'll have to do a for loop again. For each loop. Thank you, NGS Nick. I'll pull it to the side and pause it for now. Okay. And we'll look at it at the end of the stream. Thanks, NGS Nick. Nice. So here we'll go for each array element, and we'll set its world location and rotation to be yeah, we'll have to break this and send it to the back. So first we arrange the spline on the terrain, break the link here, and then we set each cobblestone to be rotated on the ground. So from here, I'll actually do a once. Here, do once, and grab this one too. So regardless if I go through the points up or down, above or below the terrain, I finish setting the spline on the terrain, and then I only do once. This loop through all the elements, through all the cobblestones we generated, in order to set their location and rotation according to terrain. So the rotation would be get landscape, get landscape, what could I get from the landscape? Oh my gosh, okay. So at each object I should do a line trace again. Line trace again by channel. It gets complicated real fast. So at each cobblestone object now, I will look down or up for the terrain. For the sake of the demonstration, I'll just look down. From get actor location, from the location of the cobblestone, get static mesh. Let's try this one. Mesh. No, but like get actor location, but it doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Static mesh. I'll just use context sensitive and now search for location. Get world location, not for this. Defaults in root. Oh gosh. It doesn't work because the array element is a static mesh component which is generated at runtime, and I should first set it as something static mesh. Set, no. Static mesh component. So I'm trying to figure out a way to get each of the static meshes position of those generated automatically, magically. And I think I know what the problem is. The problem is somewhere in my array here. Because, okay, it works. Add static mesh component. The return value I put as an item in the array element. Oh man, I have to do some, okay. Static mesh component object reference. Location, location, location. It works. So I'll trace from here to minus vector here. Again, minus 5,000. Like so. I'll trace complex. Now I have to do the terrain casting again. So I'll just copy because we don't want to spend time on this again. It's just a bit of repetition here. So now I'm casting to the landscape proxy. Yes, NGS Nick, that's a brilliant question. You have a chance in level design if you have coding problems. However, I suggest you at least learn logic. Logic is very important. Oh man. Okay. Dr. Droji, yes, it's an actor component. Dr. Droji, do you know how to make an angle between the vertical and the impact normal? Or the normal of the face I'm hitting? And yes, Nick, if you know the basic C++ from school, you're set, bro. You're set. So impact normal. You know what? I'll just plug it in like this. We'll see what we get. But I have to break it into rotation somehow. I have to make a rotation from points or something. Because I get the vertical, I get the impact normal, look at angle. That's what I was looking for. Dr. Droji, as usual, look at rotation. Okay, and I get the target here, and the start I get from trace start, maybe, and I put it in the rotation, and I don't need the location. If this works, I will also explain, regardless if it works or not, I will also explain what I was doing there. It almost kinda works, I guess. Let's see if it works, actually. I'm not entirely convinced it worked. So, what I was trying to do, I broke spline, yes. So the spline still conforms, actually. The spline still conforms, and it does not work. Okay, so Dr. Droji, let me just explain to everyone watching. Thank you, by the way. Push that follow and subscribe button if you haven't done so already for more nerdy stuff here. So, Dr. Droji and I'm guessing NGS Nick, there might be a few of you who kind of get what I'm trying to do, but I'm explaining to everyone just to be clear. So I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to, let's actually select it again. So I'm trying, when coming down from a spline, actually when coming down from a mesh point, so let's just draw here, when coming down from a mesh point downwards to see what I hit on the terrain surface, like so, get the terrain normal and calculate an angle between this line and this line, and just by talking about it, I think I know what it is. And why am I calculating this angle? So I can then rotate the cobblestones on that angle, on the middle of that angle, with that angle for now. So for now, let's just rotate it, and I think I got it. Look at rotation is actually not the one we need, says Dr. Droji. Yes, yes, nice save. We need, which one do we need? Rotation from, make rotation, look at rotation, base rotation, so axis and angle, no, make rotation from axis, no. Dr. Droji, please step in with the proper rotation. Angle of slope, I think I'm getting this from the impact normal. However, I would go to the impact point as a start. So I get the impact point and I get the impact normal, and I'm finding the look at rotation. Let's try it like this. Hello, Tony. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Does it seem to be working? I can't tell. I can't tell. Because I have a feeling it's also following the spline anyway. You know what? Let's debug what we're raycasting here for duration. Compile, save, and let's see how it looks like. So I disable it. Call you again. Yes, I can do that. I was just waiting for you to say this. So people, as usual already, we're calling Dr. Droji for some super math stuff going on here. Come on, buddy. Yes, yes, I'm actually calling him right now. Just a sec. We're waiting for him to turn on Skype. This is starting to become a habit now, isn't it? Whoops. Okay, so I'll just let the phone here to call and call, no answer. He's probably plugging in his mic. You know what, Dr. Droji? You call us. Okay. So, try to call again. Beam. Okay, come on. There we go. There we go. We're live. We're live. Just a second to pump up the volume. Say something, please.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes, it works.
Yeah, okay, chaps. I didn't do that anytime in my life, so it's first time we'll try to do it live.
Excellent.
Or anywhere. We need to calculate the angle on that impact normal.
Yes.
I can't hear you. Maybe you can share the screen again. So I can watch your Skype because it's delayed on stream.
Share screens. There you go.
Yeah,
so we're sharing now.
Just go on a line trace there, and we will try to break that vector and make a rotator from it. Something like that. Maybe we can do it really fast. I have an idea. Might work, might not. Okay, it's quite blurry for me. Just wait a sec to be more sharp. Okay, that vector result we have on impact normal.
Yes.
We can break that. We can break that, and we can isolate the x and the y axes. Because we don't need actually the yaw rotation, we just need those two, like we need x and y axes, and we can make rotator now.
Aha, okay, like this you say.
Yeah, try to make rotator, yeah. And now connect x and y.
Y.
Maybe this thing will
work.
Give us, yeah, the good rotation. I'm not sure because I'm really not sure, but could work.
Let's see. So I'm again losing the first one. The first one is always acting real jumpy and jittery.
Yeah, I've seen that, but I was AFK for quite a while, so I didn't catch it up properly. It's not working.
We'll fix that, no worries.
It's not working.
But you know what? I would actually like to see the debug here. So I would like to see the debug here because I'm having a feeling I'm still not getting it right, because I'm not doing anything with the array index. I'm doing the for each loop. Maybe I should just do a for, but
For what? For first cobblestone?
For all of the cobblestones, I'm doing the line trace technically.
I would, yeah, in my eyes,
Yeah.
when something is getting complicated, I try to shrink it down to like 2 or 3 stones, and then make them work. Like just we need only 3 stones
That's
to
a
do
great
that, or just
idea.
2 points or something like that. Just make it simple, and
Yes.
when we get it work, we can
Okay.
we can improve. Actually, we have 2 points, but it's okay. We have just a lot of stones, and every stone is doing line trace,
Okay.
or just every point is doing line trace. Every spline point or every cobblestone is doing
Both.
line trace.
The answer
Both?
is both. So after we're done with the line traces from the spline, we start line tracing on the
cobblestone.
cobblestones. So let's make simple 3 cobblestones and 2 points.
2 points. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Let's
And
select the
we
actor
can-
and move it
yeah.
like here, so it's always above ground.
The thing I would do now to isolate the problem is, I will just do manual rotation of one of those cobblestones to see if it's actually working. Like, I would not try to calculate some rotation. I will just do it manually. So I will see if that command set on the last go on the on the right side.
Here, so from
No.
the
Yeah. No. Go on the right side.
right side.
More on right. Right. Yeah, more.
Okay.
Set world location and rotation. Here, I will uncheck the pin on that function.
Okay,
Just uncheck
okay.
the pin. Just break it. Okay. And I will type something like really. I will try to rotate it by myself.
90 degrees.
Just whatever. Just to see that that function actually moving my stone.
Aha!
Looks like maybe not.
Totally not. Or
Okay,
oh,
so-
wait. If it's one of, but it shouldn't be. Looks like it's not because 90 degrees
Should
versus
rotate all of them because there was for loop. So it's not affecting. Okay.
yes.
We have something. We know that we're trying to do something that's actually not working right now at all. So our impact normal stuff like that could be good solution, but we didn't make it because that function does not rotate our cobblestones. Now we have to figure it out what to do to rotate them.
I love your solution and I will
Yeah.
simplify even more.
Yeah.
So I would just try to set the 90-degree rotation directly in the for loop.
For loop. Yeah.
So at
now we
least-
will see. That's my approach when I don't know what to do and I'm trying to make stuff happen. You rotated which one? You should rotate around X.
I rotated Y, but you know what? Let's put 90 degrees everywhere.
45 would be the best option in my eye.
45, okay.
Yeah.
Because it's not even and it's not
Yeah,
axis
yeah.
aligned. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
That's 45 them all.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the proper way to debug.
Yeah. Should be. Okay, it's not working.
Not working.
Definitely not working. So we need to change something.
Yes.
We need to go back. I didn't watch the whole series. Like I said, I was AFK a lot
No worries.
and talking to some friends, so I didn't know what's happening, what you try to do.
So,
Okay,
what
do
I'm-
once. Whoa. Okay, for loop will. Okay,
Yeah.
that part is okay.
So I'm building. I'm
Okay,
doing
let's
the-
check. Let's check this one.
Okay.
Let's check. Do we actually get to the point that do once function fire? After completed, I would do a sprint string.
But we can't because we're in construction script.
Ah! Just a second. We can do. We can try to think something.
So what I'm doing here is I'm building an array.
We maybe can. We maybe can.
okay.
Try to put a delay for 5 seconds and then print string.
Okay.
Let's make a delay and just then play. You will test it with the play. I never tried to do that. No, you can't make it.
Okay. So you're okay. I got it.
It won't work because it's not here with the context sensitive stuff. Probably won't work. Delay probably won't work here.
Okay.
It's forbidden. It's forbidden because it's construction script, doesn't matter. That was a just crazy idea that could work, but will not.
So what I'm trying to do actually, and this is a very good suggestion. So we know for sure the get locations, the set locations at spline points works. Right?
Yeah.
Because we see them sitting properly and so on.
Yeah.
I didn't see the raycast either, so it's something here. So maybe this do once is actually not
broken.
That good.
Yeah, maybe it's broken. Let's just go back. I didn't read the stuff from the left side yet.
Okay, so this works, and we know.
Okay, we have do we have a branch? No, we line trace something on the first side.
Yeah,
and then
whatever
we cast.
Whatever fails.
If it's failed, we're casting
upwards.
To other. Okay, upwards. Oh, if we hit. Okay, yeah. If we didn't hit upwards or downwards, we're stuck.
Yes, but okay. I'm pretty sure it's not happening now because the distance is very big, and I get it. I get your edge case as well, and I'll actually write it down. So
at least one of those stones would hit something, and we can try to test it. Just put the spline a little above, and we are sure we are hitting.
Yes. And
yeah, we just debug. We just need to debug for right now, and then we will make it happen right way. So we will debug. Okay, we are sure we are hitting.
Yes.
Okay. Now we need to just put it up. It doesn't matter actually. We hitting.
Yeah, and I am actually looking at something else. One of the cobblestones. Okay, dude.
It's a 0, 0, 0.
Yes, but it also got the rotation right.
Could be.
Yes, and it's because
where you pull it? From what you pulling that rotation? I didn't read that.
This one, and I'm setting the new location at 0, 0,
yes.
0.
Yes. Okay, now it's working. Okay, now it's working. Why? It wasn't working like a second ago.
Yes.
The only first point working.
Yes, because
any other does.
Because the for loop is getting this array. Maybe I have a single cobblestone in the array. So let's see how I build the array. I'm pretty sure I messed up something here.
Why you actually build the array?
To get the list.
To store them and then later to change them.
Yes.
Okay, let's make it proper way.
Okay.
We don't need to store them. We can, at the point we are spawning them, we need to place and rotate them.
I see what you mean. However, first we
can store.
First we build the spline and we build them, and then we check if the boolean to conform on the terrain is set or not.
Okay. Okay, doesn't matter. We can store them.
Okay. Let's just make sure I'm storing them right.
Yeah, we'll check it out now. Every loop, it need to be execution pin is connected.
Yes.
And you're getting the target right. What you're storing actually.
I am storing
in array you're storing add static mesh component. Okay, you're storing cobblestones and you're arraying them in a variable.
Yes.
Size to fit, I don't know what we'll do, to be honest. Should work without it.
Okay.
Just a second, that index point.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Comes from the for loop.
And it's the first index is a 0. And that one works. Last index is, in our case, last index is something strange. You are dividing an object distance, so some number.
Yes.
Some number of the points, some number of the cobblestones, actually.
Yes.
Okay, that should work also. That should work also, but I'm not sure we need that index connected in the array there, because just disconnect index information from the array. He will make array every single. He will set Maybe not. Yeah, it needs to be there. Or maybe not.
It needs to be there because I
For
want in the
every
array to put it at each index. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
yeah, yes. Otherwise, it would be only one item in
Yes.
the whole array. Okay, we're storing right. We're storing right.
However, so I'm doing a for loop from start index to stop index inclusive.
Okay, let's calculate how many points, how many this stuff we have. We have 3 of them, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, and the first one is actually a problem. Let's see what's happened with the first one. You're adding static mesh component, add some relative transformation. Can you just zoom it in a little more? I cannot read it right now.
Here.
Yeah, yes, and on the left side, a little on the left side. Okay. Transformation scale is okay. Rotation you're getting from the rotation addition along the spline. Okay, rotation is pull out from the spline, and location along the distance also from the spline. And the first point should take those 2.
Yes.
It does, but the only first one changed it later on.
Yes.
This part is okay, dude. This part is okay.
Okay.
We can just move right. I'm like 99% this part is okay.
Here is okay. Okay.
Should be okay, yes. Branch, we are checking. Okay, this is just a check. Just a second. If it's not checked, it's not adjusting. Okay.
Yeah.
Sequence first. Okay, didn't fire. Actually, it's fired, but not executed. Then we go to the then. Okay, just go right.
Okay.
Just a second. Input spline points. This is just the setup, so you can. So spline points actually fit to the landscape. Just a second. Get number of spline points -1. This one could be wrong, because for our loop here, we also need the same setup as on the start of the construction script, because we are not calculating how many spline points we have. We are calculating how many cobbles we need. Am I right?
No, because this is the drop spline points on terrain.
Okay. This one will just calculate how many spline points. That's a correct thing. That's a for loop for the spline.
For everyone.
Okay, that one. If you're checking the spline points, that's correct. Just go a little on the right now.
Okay.
Line trace by channel. Okay, and now we are tracing from the get location at the spline point. Whoa, the point index. It's you pulled it from the first one or from the last one?
Location.
Or from the result. From the result. Just go a little on the left. No, not right.
Sorry.
On the left. Okay, you're doing right. You're doing right. At point, we are checking the start location, and location is just upward. That's good. Trace, okay. For duration, that's just debugging stuff. Okay, on hit.
Yep.
Okay, we just line traced. On hit, we are checking if we are hitting landscape proxy.
Yes.
We could fail here, but you checked it, so we didn't.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And
but this
if
this is
okay,
this part is working.
if we hit the spline set its new location, the spline point set new location, that's good.
Okay.
If let's just go on the right. On the right.
Okay.
And we have do once. This one is questionable.
Yes.
But let's just go right. And we have for each loop. And we have array that we stored. In that array, we should have three things to happen. But we failed somewhere. And we can maybe... How to check this out? How to debug this out?
So,
okay.
You know what I would like to see? So this for each loop.
How many times it will execute?
It's clear it executed once.
3 times.
No, it executed only once because it...
Yes, it's not connected, so it is. Yeah, it's only executed once, but maybe it executed 3 times, but just for the first stone.
Oh, okay.
Could be. shouldn't, because those for each loop should pull every array from that list, but
okay, then I have a second question. Is there any other operator to build the array?
Of some objects.
Yes, because I'm not sure.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, so we're solid. This is the only way to build the array properly.
Yeah, we need to make an array. There is actually, I remember now, but they're called some structs and stuff like that. We can make a struct maybe. Even.
Yeah, but we shouldn't need it because the struct is a bit more complex and it has more info.
Array have to be good. Ah, we didn't get. Yo, man, we failed there. Go. We need to get from the list. Okay, you're go right. Go on the right side.
Okay.
Go on the right
and
side.
We're safe,
right
people. We're safe.
I don't know, maybe not, but we didn't get it properly.
Ah.
Just go on the right side. Okay, from that cobblestone list, you can pull a line.
No.
You can pull no from the result. Just type get now. Something like that. Just type get, so we will get. You can get every single. Just pull and type get in the search.
Okay. Here.
Yeah. Context sensitive should be turned on. Get.
Wait.
Get. Okay, just get actor list. Yeah, that one.
Okay.
No, that's not one. No, that's not one. Oh, fuck that shit. I forgot. I'm not sure we are getting them properly.
Okay, so that's why I'll look it without
I will
context.
I will try to check it.
Vector array, get a copy, get reference. Yeah.
I will try to.
For each loop, you know what's weird? I'm getting the loop body and the array element. Array index.
Just a second to check what you see.
Sure. Take your time.
We can force that get by getting, for example, second of the array. So we would always there is a command. I don't know how to pull it out because I can't control the UFO right now.
Yes.
I'm just watching from that from some type of array. When you have an array, you can get whole array, or you can just get one index in that array. And to be honest, we need to just check it so we can force some other cobblestone to pull it out. And
I would look at context sensitive, and I would actually try not to use this one. I would try not to use for each loop. I would try to use something
for
else.
loop. Just try. Yeah, it's array. That should work. For each loop should work. The for each loop is made for arrays.
Yes.
Why? I can't remember it because I was making like 1.5 years ago. I need to go check in my stuff just a second.
Sure, no worries.
We just need to try to be sure.
Wait, we need to set focus. Oh, or no, wait. So the first element will yield zeros, 1, 2, 3, etc. It's a macro node, completed. You know what? They say we can do this. So I will compile and save, and I will actually double click here. People, if the stream crashes, I'm sorry. Okay, we're good. We can look in the for each loop. So
okay, he is pulling from the array here.
Array test loop condition. If the length is smaller than the loop count, if the loop counter is smaller than the length, then it goes on to execute the loop body.
See that function up there, get? That was one I was looking for, but it wasn't showing there. Anyway, probably is not construction script enabled in some ways that I was working with them before. Increment loop counter. Okay, every single time he's just increment. That's just basic stuff here, but why we can't check this shit?
Okay, let's. I want to see something else in the viewport. So I would like to see in the viewport what if the mesh in the center of the world, where is it? Here. So when we conform it to terrain, if the mesh that does conform and sets its rotation. Why isn't it setting rotation now anymore?
It's just first time when it's bugged, and then goes. It's not bugged. It's go in the middle and then set rotation and stuff. It wasn't rotating at all when it was like first time checked. But I'm afraid the only proper way I can think it out is just to make it like the styles I used to train and teach myself up is to do it like without saving, because I would. The problem is we're not sure how to debug. Did
Yes.
we save the stuff right? To the point, do once, we're good to go. Maybe we can just try to connect it without that do once
Okay.
and stuff like that. Maybe we break it there. Maybe everything is fine. So that do once is
Okay. Let's try
breaking
it out.
us for us. Yeah, maybe weird because it's branching anyway. Those two execution pins can't happen in the same time because it's casting way one or another way. So every that execution pin, jeez, will just happen once anyway.
It might actually increment now, so then it means that the for each loop doesn't increment itself, which would be weird.
Yeah, but we didn't connect execution pin there, so we will set. Okay, we will set rotation for them if it's working now.
Okay, I'm starting to lose the pivot by a mile.
See.
Okay, so everyone brace yourselves.
Nope.
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 Nada.
It's not working, man. Okay. That. Let's check that function. Did we just go on the right side. Set world and rotation target is scene component. The static mesh, it should be scene component. It is scene component.
Component actor, maybe?
Dude, you know what? We're setting them all to 0, 0, 0, 0. We are actually not seeing them at all.
Yes, yes.
Ah, jeez. We need to get a location there.
But shouldn't they have jumped into 0, 0? So when if this would
Yeah,
work?
but they're all in 0, 0, 0 when we do that. It's not. We need to feed that. We need to feed location there. Just
okay.
word location of what? Just a sec.
Of
Yeah,
each...
that's their word location. Okay.
Okay,
That
let's try it now.
That should be better. Yeah. Oh, jeez.
How many objects do we have here now? This is another good question.
Yes, it is.
So you know what? Let's
just delete that and put another one.
No. I will actually place this one here, and I will actually go into 0, 0 and check if I have something.
No, it's not. It's not 0, 0 right now.
Ah, okay, it's not anymore.
Because we
Yes.
take those. We take their locations and put them right there. But we should maybe try to pull the locations you at start you feed. You know, the first locations you feed to the cobblestones. Where did you find it? When you adding static mesh component in the scene?
Save the location there.
Yeah, just try to pull it. Just grab it.
Yes. Faris is asking if we build the terrain from scratch. As much as from scratch it comes from Unreal, but your question is actually really good. I do have a custom collision on it, but it shouldn't be a problem because the splines work. But that's a good question, Faris. So, sorry, Dr. Droji. You said
Yeah,
when
when you created the static mesh component, that
Yes.
you had the function add static mesh component, and
Yes.
you make some type of rotation here. No. The rotation you're feeding, relative transformation, this one.
Yes.
The rotation for that actor, for the specific one, we should pull out. So get rotation and distance and along spline points. That location we need, actually. That location we need, sorry. We need
Aha.
location. Yeah, we need that location for our cobblestone to be in the same place we need him when we try to manually rotate him and at that place.
Okay, got it. Got it.
But could be the thing that we rotate him twice, so rotations override himself also, because we actually set him once and then we trying to rotate him after, and maybe that's not working like we are imagining it should work. That also could be the case, but just try it now.
Okay, I'll try it.
Compile and try, yeah.
Otherwise, if I can't get it to work, Nick sent me a video from from Epic HQ with spline and spline mesh components. I will probably park this part for today and start lining the terrain under the spline, which would be a second method, and document with the link NGS Nick sent me offline, and see if I can get it to work maybe on the next stream or in between. But okay, let's see what we got so far. And you know what? I would delete this anyway, because it's starting to get real boring, real fast. The pivot is somewhere in outer space, and add a new one. Yes, fatties, we're building for an isometric RPG, trying our best at least, and at the moment I felt a bit too brave for today. So let's see, a row tool, okay, let's say it's like this, and let's say we're trying to conform it to terrain. Nothing.
Nope.
Okay, I will try one more thing to plug back the gate here. So do once. I'm lagging crazy here. I'm crazy lagging. Like,
maybe a video is loading there when you open it or clicked it.
yeah, maybe. I don't think so, but let's see. Okay, one more attempt. So I uncheck it. Indie Club Live is in the house. Thanks for the video link. I will probably start looking at it soon. Okay. So again, the first index definitely botched up, and we're still not getting, not even the simple rotation we used to get. Not even this one we're not getting anymore from the array. Hey, I know why. This is because we should maybe size the array to fit.
Could be, I don't know.
So again,
if that's the case,
okay,
I would
so at least we lost the first one now.
And he's on probably there.
There.
And he's rotating again.
Yes, so the rotation works. Okay, now the rotation works.
That's not 45 in my eyes, but...
Actually it is. It's
no,
45
it's not.
with...
It's not.
Oh.
You think it's 45?
Yeah, I mean 0, 45.
Maybe. I'm not sure, but maybe.
Wait. We have the axis here, so we can actually. But I can't select this because.
Yeah, you can't select it because it's not actually a static mesh right now, like in the World Outliner. That you can move.
In the club, using his level design, I says looks like 60. It might.
Yeah, it's not 45 in my eyes, to be honest.
Okay. Let's.
We can check. We can change it to 90. You will see it's not working.
30.
Just make 90.
Let's
30. Just make 90. That's for easiest spot. You know?
Yeah, but if it double rotates, it look.
No.
Yeah.
It can't double. It will just fix rotation. It will be a fixed rotation.
Okay. Yeah.
Other or world or local. Oh, it's fucking rotating, man.
So
you were right.
90,
okay, you were right.
90 and what's the other axis? Because it should also do. Oh, it did.
It did. Okay, whatever. Rotations are rotation just for first element is working. Location is not working. Okay, let's try this location. But that
okay.
but that's just happening first time when you check. Okay, it works. Rotation works. Just check and uncheck the confirm to terrain stuff to see what's happening. No. On the editor side,
sorry.
you were you were. Okay,
here.
Okay, just check it now.
I'm afraid.
Check now. Okay, that's a good sign.
Houston, we have liftoff.
first cobble-stone is rotating. Well, we don't know arrays properly.
Yeah, we should learn more about arrays. Array index. I'm getting the array element. I'm setting this.
It should do for every second one, but...
No, it doesn't. And it doesn't because we don't know arrays properly, as you said. I'm pretty sure that if I do a for each loop...
Then a for loop. Now it's for loop.
Yeah, exactly. It's a
for loop now.
Yes.
You can't do for each loop every
Oh God.
Or not. I will see for loop. Can we feed the index? We can feed the index. Yeah, that's good.
I'll break this one. I'll go from the loop body in the for loop and from the loop body here.
Okay, that's so sloppy, but maybe we can make it.
Because maybe, just maybe, Onion, the for each loop maybe
it's not. That won't work. Because the array index is connected to the last index. It's just the first one is work, but the way the for loop is connected is just not good. The array index for each loop is connected to the last index. That's just not the case here.
Okay. But then why aren't we moving?
We know how many of them it is because we have I don't know why. Because we were trying to make that loop hit 3 times. We are not sure why it's not hitting 3 times.
Yes.
That for loop is hitting only once. It's executed once.
Yes.
And that's our concern, and we are not sure why. Maybe we need to connect completed. I don't know.
Wait a second. So I got here the entire number of spline. So I'm dropping spline points on. You know what?
I will tell you one thing. When you array few elements, whatever objects, into array, Unreal Engine does not have specific. I can't tell it. Like it's there. It's not in order. Like for example, you have 3 stones. Those 3 stones in Unreal will not have the same index numbers every time you're gonna check them. For example, you have one on the left, one in the middle, one on the right.
Okay.
And once they will be 0, 1, 2. Other times, those 3 elements will shuffle for some reason. They will not have the same index point arranged to them. If you ask me how I know that, because we were doing some spaceship checks on array type, and then those ships would shuffle somehow, and I was not sure why, and then I was making an investigation. So when you store something into array, you cannot be sure that that array will pull out them in the same order every single time.
Okay.
So we need to try to do something else here. We maybe don't need that for loop because it's actually for looping anyway from the first for loop.
Yes, let's try that. In the
No,
meanwhile,
you're for looping again. Yeah.
okay,
Okay.
okay.
They're
So
changing right now.
they're changing now. We're making progress, people. They're changing. The problem is this. I tried to make it sequentially after we dropped the spline points on the terrain. But if I drop the spline points on the terrain, then collect and only do once, for some reason, this one killed us.
We didn't delete it yet?
We did, but we added it back. And furthermore, I can guarantee that it... Oh, dude. It's because we're coming in with a point index when we're setting location. And I have a feeling... I mean, for instance, if I connect it here, right?
Okay.
At the spline points which touch the ground. It still wouldn't work only for those that touch the ground.
Yes, that's only for those that touch the ground, yes.
Okay, so here we know it works. So now we can... Whew, people, we're saved. We still have surprisingly a lot of viewers.
Because we talk too much shit. Now we can try to set up rotation the first go, which we don't know how to.
Yes.
We can maybe try to now make rotator. Maybe it's working, maybe it's not. We can try to actually test it now.
Okay, so now I can remove
We can try to test it, yeah.
And do the original light trace by channel from each cobblestone downwards for now with -5,000. Okay. Okay,
that's enough.
Okay, and the break hit result, we'll do it with the by breaking the vector, like you said, from the impact normal.
Yes, and we are not sure that we are casting to landscape proxy. We are. You tested it before. Okay.
Brace yourselves, people.
Cast shouldn't fail.
Okay, I'll first disable the conform to terrain, then bring it up, and now
nothing.
Actually, something is happening. Oh, it's the 0-0.
No, those who didn't, those who actually fell down and then failed to line trace, because I know what's happening. Your spline mesh dot, spline component is hitting the ground. At that point, the cobblestones are line tracing down, and they're not hitting.
Yes.
They're not hitting.
So the cobblestones that are a bit synced in the ground are not hitting, but at least those that are above ground should be hitting. And just to go back to Indie Club Live, when you got Onion in the call, it's even better than a rubber duck debug. Because it's a real person that challenges you and tells you how you messed it up. It's even better. So let's try this one. Here, if I will conform now, I will get at least these two above ground, technically.
No.
Okay.
They're hitting. First one.
Yes.
What the fuck is happening first? Okay, they're hitting. They're not setting neither a location or rotation.
Location they are actually, because right now I just pulled their original location. I'm not feeling brave. I pulled their original location, but just to fix this quick, I will get the impact point location. So we'll try to address the location first.
Yes.
And then there we go. It works.
Okay.
So
that's
now
working.
I'm hitting right. I'm not rotating right.
Yeah, and the rotation is, we need the angle of the slope of the terrain at that point we hit.
Yes.
And I'm not sure how to get that.
Actually, I think you just supplied the answer. So you said angle lands. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there is no angle on the landscape.
It has to be something in the Landscape in the landscape. We had that, what's it called? Terrain type, you know what? I'll do this.
I was once back in the day, I was setting up materials in a landscape based on an angle.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Yes, and I'm trying to remember how I did that.
I think I can help you with that, but it might not be much success because we have
I was calculating the material, and the type of material placed was calculated based on an angle on the landscape. I'm sure that.
Yes, absolute world something, because I'm using it for the material to set the poly sharp look on the terrain. So I've got absolute world position, and maybe I could actually take this one.
You were setting for the height.
This.
How high it is.
No, to get the normals to make this shine on triangle, if you see it. I don't know how fast it updates on your side with Skype, but this kind of shiny per terrain polygon. So this shine effect I'm actually getting from this costly poly look for terrain, where I'm getting absolute world position in the terrain. So maybe I could...
No. That's not I think the case here.
Absolute world... no. World nor... no.
It should be... I think we should get it from the impact normal.
Okay. So...
we maybe try to... I don't know. Impact normal should give us that location and the angle.
You know what? I'll try this find look at rotation again. I'll try to plug this one in because...
But look at rotation is working. It's how to explain it. It's like you have two points in a world, and you can calculate the vector in between them. For example, your head is in your room, and you look at the corner of your room, and the actually result you're getting is a vector. I mean, the line between your eyes and your corner of the room. That's look at rotation.
Aha, okay.
That's the information you will get. And we actually need to calculate something like that, but on the landscape itself. We need...
I wouldn't go in the landscape. I would still look at the impact normal.
Yeah, but you're impacting what? You're impacting landscape.
Yes, but I'm getting it from the hit, so I don't even care anymore what I'm I mean, I get the normal already.
Yeah, but I don't know what that normal is, to be honest.
Well, you know how we can find out quickly.
Nope.
I just put it in the new location, and we see where it moves the covers.
Okay. It's same on this impact normal.
And it sent them somewhere.
Below the surface?
Below the surface. If we would only be that lucky. Wow.
You pull the impact normal you set as a location.
Yes.
And there they disappear.
Maybe they're in 0, 0 again? No. So they went somewhere far away.
Okay, that impact normal is not what we are looking for.
Yes. Those are not the droids we are looking for, that is for sure. And this is how you experiment with Unreal. The normal of the hit-in world space equal to impact normal for line tests. Impact point. Okay, let's get at it with each and every one. So now all of them are completely gone. Gone and gone they were.
We should just Google how to get in slope rotation.
Okay.
The UF4 landscape. I don't know where to do that.
Get terrain rotation at point. I'm actually Googling this now, people. Get the Yes. Terrain. And finding some answers for Unity. So if anyone knows how to, just type it in the chat. Help us out a bit. Get terrain rotation point unreal. Spline Actor and the line above. Okay.
Okay. Impact normal.
Yes.
Just a second. Impact normal vector result dependent on the angle of the line trace it came from, and it hits just but doesn't work as it then. What?
Yes.
But I'm quite sure we can't pull the result we need from that hit result, to be honest.
No.
I don't know why. Something telling me that we can't pull that angle there.
No, and I'm getting some clues from Google that we might get some surface. No. Get surface type. Returns the E physical surface. No, because this is for audio. Subsurface struct. Oh my god. So we need to get the angle there. Does anyone in the stream know how to get the angle on the terrain at a specific point we have? Ooh. Okay. Terrain. No, landscape, sorry. Landscape. Rotate. No. Get allow, editor apply spline, cast to landscape proxy. As landscape proxy, let's search for stuff here. Normal, context sensitive, nothing. Rotation. Get actor rotation, no, because it brings in angle. No. I'm sure it's something with the impact normal, which is a vector, and it's the normal of the hit in the world space. Oh my god. Okay, so impact point goes back to the new location. At least we got that right.
Yes. Location we didn't.
Yes. I'll try something else.
Can we try to rotate like manually now? We have a location. We know that we know that function is working.
Okay.
So we can maybe just unplug the rotation and just now rotate manually again. Okay. On the right side. Yeah, here. Just delete that and just type 1990 or something like that.
Erase the shame. Okay.
Can you check that one more time?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, we start. Yeah,
let's try to check that one again.
Okay.
Okay.
So it works.
Location it works. Okay. We need to find a way how to calculate that shit now. Normal have to be some start point for sure. That if we can get it from that hit result, the angle between line trace and an angle of that actually surface that it hits should be our result. How to get it done now, but look at rotation is not one we need. Nope.
Actually,
it's not. But there are some other functions in Unreal that can be calculating some sinuses and cos. I don't know English words for now.
Yes,
for
it's good.
But you understand it because we need to calculate from two vectors some angles and use them as rotation and stuff like that. But I'm not sure how to do that. We need to investigate. I'm not sure that we can do that like really easy.
Make rot from X, Y, Z. Let's try to make a rot from Z. A rotator from Z, where the Z is the impact normal. And let's put this one here. So basically this says it makes...
If you make it right, I would kill myself now.
No, please don't, especially not,
no,
live.
No, joking, mate.
Dude.
It's rotating, motherfucker! You're such a bastard!
But
it's rotating perfectly.
Please don't hang up. Please don't
hang
up.
No, I won't.
I still need you to to help me figure out why the
I'm
first
not a
one.
pussy. I was right about it, but I took a wrong axis. I was thinking to isolate Z and make it from X and Y, but actually it was just the Z that we needed.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! The first thing I was thinking about is it was right, but then I just pulled it off wrongly. Oh Jesus! I'm so angry at myself now.
No, don't be. It's okay.
Do you
So,
remember the first things I mentioned? Just pull that and make a rotator from this normal, but I was wrong about axis. The
so
thing is, the function didn't work, so it doesn't matter. Those are just excuses.
oh, and I think I know why this doesn't rotate actually. It's because I'm still not doing the upwards check. Oh. So if
it's not hitting upwards,
if the cast
that's why that function didn't manage to be correct. First time when you check, it's good, and then it's not good like every other.
Here.
It's not. Just make another line trace.
Yes, this one when I fail downwards, I have to make a I have to make.
Just copy the code there. If you trace downwards, do something. If you fail, trace upwards and do the same thing.
Yes, and right now
take same locations, take same rotations.
Yes, only that now I have to add vector upwards.
Yeah, line trace upwards.
And let's make it 5,000 again. 5,000 again. I line trace by channel, and if I do this, I do up like this.
Never in my life I will forget how I calculate angle of the slope.
Yes.
Of something, whatever it is.
Me neither. Everyone was like, what are they doing there? Yeah, sometimes even the experts. Okay, there we go. Compile.
Why you make a line trace again? A cast. Why you make a cast? No. Line trace is okay, but why you cast again?
To see if I hit the terrain upwards.
Ah, okay. You're sure that only terrain upwards. Okay, just forget about my question.
I'm trying to get that target that comes all the way from here. Yes, there we go. We are saved by the bell. It compiles and it looks good.
Yeah,
so,
just double check it now.
Okay, I'm afraid, but I will do it. You know what? I'll save all first. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging in here, for just hanging with a lot of patience. I mean, both me and Onion were almost ready to give up. I was already, oh yes, beautiful. Beautiful. We have a road now. We have a road. So as we're moving our road, ignore the insane amount of line traces we're doing.
You can just hide them in a debug tree now.
Yes, but you know what? If I hide them, that doesn't mean we're not doing them. Okay, we have ourselves a cobbled road. Oh, gee.
If you ask me, I'm still not getting why is the z-axis that is actually rotating from, because probably in some local space, or
no,
I don't know.
Because it's red, green, blue, so it's
yeah. But we are making a rotation of those cobblestone based on a z-axis, and it's working.
Yes.
But I will tell you, to be honest here, I'm not sure why.
Because we're getting the z-axis of the impact
yes,
normal.
But Yes, but yeah, that's local
So
Z.
you've got like
Because
X,
because
Y,
if
and
you rotate those cobblestones around the z-axis, you cannot get the slope. No way. You can take one single mesh just to show the stream. Just take a cobblestone static mesh
okay,
and put in just take it and put it in a level.
okay.
Just take a static mesh
I'm
of cobblestone.
I'm all lost and confused. I'm searching for them. Static meshes, here they are. Props, stream objects. Okay, so you're saying
Yeah,
this
just put it here. Yeah, and now try to rotate around the z-axis.
rotation on Z. Yeah,
You just rotate it how much you want. You just can't do that motion, and you cannot get the slope. That's why, in my logical thinking, I was thinking we need to isolate that, because all rotation we are doing, it's around x and a y to get those rotations we need here. But
it's this in fact. Because
yes,
the
it's
make rotator gets the Z of the terrain and makes a rotator from the normal 0, 0 Z towards the...
yeah, it's a local
Yes.
coordinate. Yeah,
Yes.
it's a local coordinate.
And
That's why.
I'm still having some flaps here and there. This one,
Because
for instance.
too few
Points.
spline points.
Possibly.
Yeah.
If only I could select some, yes, spline point here, yes. So whenever we're getting bad stuff, it's because of the spline points. Now I will do what NGS Nick marvelously suggested. I will just change the distance at which we raycast, because we're raycasting 50 meters up and 50 meters down, 2 times for, so once for each spline point and then once for each cobblestone. So we're probably kind of killing the processor as we speak.
Yeah, that's not so expensive, because it's doing only twice for every stone, or only once, but doesn't matter. Just you can tune it down.
Yeah.
I was making some games where we were line tracing every frame, whole game. It was perfectly working on a
Okay.
with bad computers. It's not so expensive, but you can tune it down.
Okay. I'm sorry, I come back from the PlayStation 2 days.
Yeah, actually, when you game deving and like trying to get as much as you can, you should think about everything, because every little thing matter at the end.
I'll tell you this, people, if we're still lagging, we can blame Skype. And we're still lagging. So I'm pretty sure it's because of the screen share, not the ray trace distance. Okay, good. Now let's try to do the opposite, because we're only halfway there. I still have like half an hour tops to stay in the stream. So now let's try to do a terrain, to make the terrain conform to the spline. Like, oh no. So I need to make a sequence here as well, maybe.
You want to adjust landscape to
Yes.
adjust on a spline.
Yes. So right now I'm adjusting with the check mark the spline on the terrain, but I had that operator I found, this one here, which, so I'll just leave it by default, which does editor apply spline, but for this one we'll have to select the terrain on which to apply it. So select terrain, and let me quickly try to demonstrate. I'll just leave it with the default values. It won't work unless I also give it the spline component, like so. Compile and save. And now let's break it. I'll save everything again, and I'll do on the actor, if it selects it,
You were lagging because your GeForce game drivers was downloading.
Might be, might be.
No, I was joking. I saw some driver pop up.
Updates, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It does it when it feels like it. I actually have to put in a branch as well and find the boolean. So branch and say a new variable. I can hardly think after all the adventure we had earlier. So I'd say it's conform terrain to spline as a boolean, which is visible. We compile it, we save it, we minimize it. So now I have to first go with the picker and select. There we go. There we go. And this
Is a road.
ladies and gentlemen, and thanks for sticking by, is how we make roads. Damn, that was hard. Damn, that was hard. I mean, like,
It wasn't
literally.
actually. Only one thing was fucking up.
Yeah, the
Or maybe a few
designers.
more. Or maybe a few more.
Okay, so you know what I'll do now? I'll look for the spawn point. Onion, do you mind if
Yes.
we wrap up the call? Because or at least if
Yes,
I
yes,
stop
yes,
the
yes.
screen sharing. I'll stop. I'll
Yeah,
just
yeah,
stop.
yeah.
Okay, so I stopped the screen sharing. See, now I've got perfect FPS. I don't know what Skype is doing. Skype, what are you doing, man? Okay, so I just spawn the player, hope it works, and try to follow the cobble road. Let's go full screen. Oh man, this looks awesome. This looks awesome. NGS Nick is saying, yeah, okay, I covered that already. I changed the distance. We now have road, ladies and gentlemen. Whew. Okay, so thank you everyone for standing by in this stream. Although we looked kind of shady. Yes, we looked kind of shady. We had to stream once towards OBS and secondly towards Skype, so Onion can jump in and help us with all his technical knowledge. But as you can see, when it's late, we're tired, even we forget stuff. Let me just quickly transition to the end scene so we look cooler. Thank you for standing by on this episode where we managed finally to beat the terrain and everything. Indie Club Live, if you don't mind, let's do the video next stream, so on Saturday, where we judge some level design by watching at a level. It's a level from one of the Wolfensteins. Thanks for sending it over, but it's getting a bit late. We're kind of tired. Let's punch up some music. Thank you everyone. Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays and Sundays, starting from 7 p.m. Central Eastern European Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Daytime, and 10:30 p.m. Indian time. Thank you. Join in again, punch that follow button, and see how we attempt at least to solve stuff in Unreal. Thanks everyone. See you on the next one. Bye bye. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye. Bye.